everyone, welcome back to another Pick a Card reading or Pick a Shell. Today's topic is going to be on messages from your deceased loved ones. And if you don't have anyone in mind that you immediately think about when I say that, then you can use this as a messages from your ancestors reading. We all have them. So yeah, if you're here, it's for a reason. We are going to be asking our loved ones that have departed, that are on the other side, our ancestors, to come through today to give us some messages, whatever it is that they want to share with us, however it is that they would like to love us, support us, guide us. At this time, we are opening this space right here to allow those messages to come through. I've already cleansed and cleared the space, so I'd like to invite you to close your eyes and take a deep breath in, focusing at the center point in between the eyebrows, and just find stillness here. And when you're ready, release that breath. Feel your body soften. Feel the tension melt away. Open your eyes and see which one of these shells are calling out to you the most. I know they're tiny, so I will be holding them up. So for our first group, we have this one. I got these shells from Dominican Republic, from Puerto Plata. They're so cute. I mean, I love them. This one has a little bit of sand still in it. So yeah, this is for group 1. Group 2, we have this one. Sorry, I don't know if my fingers are like covering it. So that's for group 2. And then for group 3, we have this one. Okay, so these are our choices. So take your pick. Go with the one that calls out to you the most. Go with that initial gut feeling. Try not to overthink it. And if you're drawn to multiple, then maybe there's multiple messages in here for you. As always, the timestamps will be included in the description box, so you can go ahead and skip right to your reading. If you need more time, feel free to pause the video. Otherwise, I'll see you at your reading. Hey group 1, this is your reading if you chose this little seashell right here. We are doing a messages. I feel like I'm not really showing it. They're so tiny, but they're so cute. That's why I love them. I mean, I love any seashell. But yeah, this is your reading if you chose group number 1 or that seashell right here. We are doing a messages from your deceased loved ones or from your ancestors. So first up, we are going to be pulling some oracle cards to check out, who it is that's here, that's communicating, what is their energy. For those of you that chose this shell, this is just to see if anybody can kind of get messages regarding who may be communicating with them. So you can distinguish who these messages are from, which loved one, if you have multiple, which ancestor could possibly be coming through here today. Let's take a look. So this could be a mother, if you have a mother that has passed. Or someone that helped to raise you, a mother figure, grandmother. And then we have Baba Yaga. So these are the energies representing the person that's coming through for you today. So yes, like I said, this person could be someone that you really confided in, that you could talk to, someone that you could express your emotions to, that you really trusted, someone that nurtured you, someone that was there for you, possibly since birth, someone that, you had close to you, that could have possibly lived with you in your childhood home or spent a significant time there with you in your childhood home. But this is someone that definitely, again, helped to raise you, helped to nurture you, helped to be there for you, that provided a certain level of comfort for you during times where you may have felt anxious, afraid, unsure, uneasy. This person was there to hold your hand and to tell you, don't worry, it's all going to fall into place. It's all going to be okay. This person could have told you that things are going to develop gradually, to take your time. I feel like this person would have tried to ease your mind, to ease your anxiety. Maybe you were like a very anxious child or a worried kid, or maybe you did go through a lot of hardships, but this person was always there to show you love, to show you support, to comfort you throughout those hard times. They were like your rock. So this is a very feminine energy that's coming through here, but of course, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily a woman. It just could mean that this person exuded that feminine energy of like nurturing and, giving you good advice. And they could have just embodied that feminine energy towards you, even if they aren't a woman. But I am getting feminine energy heavily here for this ancestor that wants to come through for you today. This person could have also used like very natural type of medicine. Like if you were ever sick, like they knew exactly what to whip up. They knew what herbs to use, like what berries to use. They would make their own like concoctions to heal you, to help you feel better. Like if you had a stomach ache, they knew exactly what to whip up. If you had a cold or respiratory issues, infections, like they always knew exactly what to use. I feel like this person had a lot of natural remedies, or they had a medicine cabinet or something, or like they just always had exactly what you needed, or they knew what to do. They always had the medicine. And I just feel like they were very comforting. Like if you fell off your bike and scraped your knee and you were freaking out because of the blood, like they were like, it's okay, don't worry. We're going to get you nice and cleaned up. No big deal. And like they were just very warm and comforting. And they just always had like all of the solutions. And again, I just feel like they were very wise. They gave you really, really good advice. Advice that you could even still think about today. I feel like when you think about this person, you think about the things that they told you, the things that they said, and how it's been so useful for you to like carry these things with you in your life. The advice that they gave you, it's come in handy, and it's something that you could like fall back on or really like think about whenever you're going through difficulties. Like you can still find comfort in the words that this person told you and the things that they said to you. And yeah, I just feel like that's their first message to you, is to have patience, to let things continue to unfold, not to be anxious. Like they want to be like this healing balm. They want to soothe your anxiety. I feel like that's when you think about this person the most, because I feel like this is when this person was really there for you the most, is when you were going through like difficulties, or when you were anxious, when you were worried, when you were scared. And maybe when you have those episodes, you're just like, oh, I wish this person was here for me still. Like they would have known exactly what to do, or they would have known exactly how to support me or what to say. They would have had like the best advice, to guide me in the situation. And they're still here with that same energy. And they are telling you to like be patient. They're telling you that time and space are needed right now to let things, continue to develop. They're telling you to not grasp for immediate gratification at this time, and to just be calm, be patient, be still, and to remember that to build something of quality, of real substance, something that endures takes time. So they want you to persevere, keep going, and just rest assured that everything that you need, the answers, the doors will open exactly when it is time. So if you're experiencing like any setbacks, any delays right now, they're saying that this is for the best. And it means like that things just aren't ready. Things just aren't cooked through yet. So just take a deep breath and slow down. And they're just telling you to trust in the divine process. And maybe right now is a time for you to start making some long-term plans and preparations. But don't go like grasping for straws, trying to get a result. Okay, so that's the energy here. Big feminine energy. Again, I'm just getting it's like a feminine kind of an energy here that's coming through. All right, so let's see. How does this person see you? And what other messages do they want to tell you? That was just like their energy, who they are, what they were about, their essence, just things that maybe could help you distinguish who this person is. Let's see. What does this person want to tell you? Oh, this person wants to be here for you. I feel like you're going through a hard time and this person is just like, I'm here, baby. I'm here. Like they're still here for you. And like with the same kind of like healing energy, I feel like they want to coddle you and like rub your head and rub your back and like tuck you in. Okay, so let's see. So this person is seeing you as just like so capable. This person feels like you are a very determined type of person. Like you're very disciplined. Like once you set your mind on something, you're going to go full force. You're going to go all in and you are just going to make it happen. This person's like, they're seeing you as someone that's so successful and that is ready to overcome any obstacle, any adversity to succeed, to like, once you have your mind on something, it's like, you're going to get it. You're going to make it happen. You're going to, get to your prize. So this person, that's how they're viewing you. They could also be viewing you as someone that's like always on the go. You're always moving. Something about a car, someone that drives a lot, maybe someone that's always driving, someone that's always on the road, someone that's just always moving quickly. Also someone that is very protective as well. I feel like this person taught you that. Like this person taught you to be like very protective. There's a lot of Cancer energy here, and Cancer represents like home and family and, protecting those people and protecting that space. It's like you're really soft, and loving and caring with your loved ones, but you're fiercely protective and you'll fight. That's something that people like, they can get it twisted when it comes to like Cancer energy, is that Cancers are very sensitive, yes, but they will fight you. Like, do not mess with their peoples, do not mess with their family, do not mess with their close ones. Like, that's nothing to play with for a Cancer. They will get in your face, they will get tough, they will fight you. And this is how this person is seeing you. Like, they're seeing you as kind of like you're a warrior, kind of like you're tough. Like, you're tough on the outside, but in the middle, like inside, you're loving and you're warm and you're caring. And I feel like this comes from this person, this loved one, this ancestor. I feel like maybe they instilled these qualities in you, or, because you were so influenced by them, maybe you're like this because of them, because this is how they were. So, and maybe, you really looked up to this person. So you want to be the same way. But yeah, this person is seeing you on the go. They're seeing that you're determined, that you are not going to lose. Like, losing is not, I'm hearing that Eminem song, like, success is the only mother effing option. Failure's not. So like, yeah, that's the energy they're seeing you in. I actually don't know like what his zodiac sign is, but like Eminem, he's so, back then anyway, his music was very like hardcore, like tough and stuff. But he had a daughter, and like he was like a softie for his daughter, and he turned out to be like an incredible dad. And he took that role of fatherhood just really serious, and he didn't care like to be a softie for his daughter. Like he had it in him to like be nurturing and be warm, but he was fiercely protective. So yeah, like they're just seeing you as someone that's gonna make it happen no matter what, that's gonna show up day in, day out, that is determined, that is disciplined, that it is going to do what it takes to overcome any obstacles, any adversary, and that is going to be successful. Someone that's on the move, on the go, like with eye on the prize, like ready to like win, And someone that's like all about family. Maybe, if someone needs you, you don't care how far they are. Like you drive long distances, like you're gonna be there. No matter how far away they are, you're gonna make it, you're gonna be there. Somehow, some way, you're on the next flight, or you're like, you're going on a road trip. They are just seeing you on the move, on the go. Or maybe it's like that you're in the middle of something, like you're in the middle of your destination, like you have your mind set on something and you're just like in the middle of getting there, like in the middle of point A and point B, and they're just seeing you very determined to do what it takes to get there. And I am seeing that it has been like a long journey. They're seeing that you've been on a long journey and you have some ways to go. So this person that's coming through here today, their blockage in their life while they were here on earth was their sadness, was their grief. I feel like this person really could never get over the bad things that happened to them, and maybe they would kind of like wallow in it and the bad things that happened, and they didn't appreciate the good things that they had. Like from the other side, they're seeing like there's so much I could have been grateful for, there's so much I could have appreciated more, or like focused on more. But I just feel that the bad things that happen to this person, like they let that take over and they let that be the focus. And maybe, when they would go home at night, or when they would be in their room on their bed at night, this is the stuff that they were thinking about and reliving and focusing on, is just like their losses, their failures, the things that didn't go right. So I feel like this person did have a lot of grief, did have a lot of sadness. Maybe they had a lot of regret. And unfortunately, they kind of just let that take over. It's like they just would sit in that and only see that, instead of seeing like everything else that they had to live for, instead of being more optimistic, instead of seeing like that maybe good things were possible, like they couldn't really see the good that had happened in their life. And then they were also kind of blocked off from any good that could potentially be in the future, that was coming for them, that could have been possible for them, because they were just so busy like in the muck, and everything that they felt didn't go as planned. So even though this person was really encouraging and really supporting and really loving towards you, really nurturing, I feel like they themselves were in a lot of pain. They were hurt. And maybe they didn't really know how to show up for themselves, So they would just show up for others and help, to support others, but they didn't really know how to do that for themselves. They were stuck in just sadness over their losses, over the things that didn't work out. Oh my gosh, this makes sense, because their main message to you is that you are also doing this. They're like, you're doing the same thing I did. You're holding in all of this pain. You have a big smile on your face. You're there for everyone. It's like on the outside looking in, anyone that sees you is going to think that you are like a Superman or a Superwoman, that you have it all together, that you are always on the move, on the go, making it happen, that you are someone that is really successful, like that you make, like you win against all odds, like you still make it on top. So people perceive you as strong, but really you are hurting inside. You carry so much hurt, so much pain. You're very corrosive. It's like a very corrosive energy where it's like very chaotic energy that's eating away at you, but you keep it inside. You're so alike. Like this person that's coming through, you guys are alike, because I feel like you are also like a nurturer and a supporter, but it's, you have this really strong armor and no one can penetrate it. Like no one can get through to you. So it's like you're sad. And this person that's coming through here, your ancestor, your loved one, they're saying like that they had the same energy towards you, but they were sad themselves and they didn't know how to like help themselves. And then that's their main message to you, is that they see you doing the same thing. Like they see you in that same energy, doing what they did, being a rock for other people, showing up with a big smile on your face, but you are hurting. And they're telling you like, this is what's going to cause sickness and disease, is like if you don't work on these things. You can hide these things from other people, but you can't hide it from yourself. You can't hide it when you're on your bed at night, when your eyes are closed and, you know, you're not on the move, you're not on the go, when it's still. They're noticing that you're carrying so much pain, and they're like, this is exactly what I did. This was my biggest mistake. This is my biggest regret, is I also carried all this pain. I also didn't know how to support myself. Maybe this person had like childhood stuff that they carried, wounding and stuff that they carried from early childhood, from early like home life, maybe things with the mother. Maybe their mother passed away when they were really young, or maybe they had a problematic relationship with their mother, and they had a lot of wounds that they never really resolved. And they're like seeing the main message they want to tell you here, or communicate with you here, is that they're seeing that you do too. Like you're carrying a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, a lot of unprocessed trauma, and you're trying to cope. But they're saying that the way you're coping just is not working, or it's not healthy, because it's almost like you're in denial, or maybe you have like unhealthy ways that you're trying to cope. You know, you're just trying to like move on with life, and you're not really looking at the core of the problems, the core of the issues here. And you're just holding on to stress and grief and the hardships you've had to endure. It's almost like you're a tortured soul. But I feel like it's toxic energy, and they're trying to tell you that eventually it's going to bring you disease if you don't process it. Maybe they're even saying like you're holding and carrying some of their own stuff that they didn't get to process, that they didn't have the tools to process in their lifetime, and now it's like you're holding on to it. And they're saying, don't let this continue to be like genetic inheritance, you know, like look at it, process this. They're saying you're completely capable of handling and of healing this energy. They feel like you've reached your limits. Your body is continuing to store this pain, this trauma, and the only way to really overcome this is to look at it, to look at this pain, you know, to get to the core of it, to trace back, like, where is this pain coming from? What is it that is hurting you? And to start to rewire, you know, your beliefs, to start changing your perspective, to start reparenting yourself, changing, you know, harmful beliefs if that's what's needed, to start loving yourself, to start empowering yourself. Really look at your behaviors, you know, your problematic behaviors, your triggers, and become aware of them and try to see like where is that coming from and why, and really try to do that work, that healing work, so that you can get better. So yeah, this is going to require time, because you know, you have to see like, what is it? Like, where is this agitation coming from? Where is this pain coming from? Like, is it harmful beliefs, low self-esteem? Do you have, you know, problematic coping strategies or defense mechanisms? Again, it's like looking at yourself, looking at your patterns, your behaviors, and then depending what it is, taking the steps necessary to then try to heal that, to then try to create better coping strategies, change certain belief systems, change your perspective, start loving yourself. Start watching yourself talk and say your positive affirmations. Know that you are worthy. Know that you are just, looking from a lens of your wounds. And we all do this. We're all wounded in some way. And this is where we're coming from. This is how we approach life. This is the energy that we're in. But each of us, we can overcome this. And that's what this ancestor is saying. Like, they're saying, you're so capable. Look at everything you've accomplished. Look at everything you've done. You can do this too. Don't make the same mistakes I did. I was sad most of my life. I was wallowing in this pain most of my life. Don't do it. And I think they might even be taking some credit of like, some of this pain that you're carrying, it was my pain that I didn't get to process. And now you're carrying it. And they just don't want this to continue to be like passed down, through generations. They want you to start looking at this, even if you can't like heal every single thing, heal all of it, because I see there's so much pain, there's so much trauma. You're like at your limits, at a breaking point here. It's time to look within. Stop denying, stop pretending you're okay, showing up with a smile on your face. You need to look inside. Do this work. Find the source of the pain, the source of the hurt, the source of the trauma. And then depending on where that is, then you can take steps on how to come back into alignment, how to correct it, so you can start freeing up this energy. They're also saying that this could even be past life stuff. And if you don't believe in past life stuff, again, it could be just stuff that you're carrying from childhood. But I am seeing indication here that this could be like past life stuff, like stuff you've carried through lifetimes that you haven't yet overcome. You haven't yet healed. You're still carrying it. It's karma that needs to be worked through and resolved. And they want you to be liberated, free of this. They want you to return home to yourself. They don't want you to carry like anything that isn't your own anymore. They want you to, instead of carrying like trauma and pain and the harmful effects and negativity of that energy, they want you to like create divine patterns that carry beauty, joy, and truth. They want you to be free of these things. But they're saying, like the journey of freeing yourself is worthwhile. It's worthy. Like, it's not trying to say like, oh, just free yourself of all of this negativity and then you'll be great. It's like they're saying it's going to be a beautiful journey. Like, the process is your journey and it's worthwhile and it's going to take time, but it's going to be worth it because you'll see that it's like you're going to be returning home. You're going to be coming home. You're going to understand yourself so much better. You're going to have so much more awareness and appreciation for yourself, for life, for your experiences, for it all. You're basically on the journey to completeness, to joy. Through the illusion of this world, your soul is exploring itself and it's growing. And you're going to have so many cool stories to tell about this whole journey, about this whole process. Like, they're trying to hype you up and say that this is actually fun. Like, they're like, don't, like, yes, you're holding on to a lot of pain, but the process of letting go, the process of discovering yourself, getting to meet your true self is going to be the best thing that ever happened to you. And it's going to be fun. And this is what you should be looking forward to, is this process. It's not like, oh, I'm carrying all of this pain and oh my God, now I have to like work hard to get rid of it. And only once I do that am I going to be free and liberated and happy. And like, if you're like, like if you're, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it's a drag, like you're just like being dragged through it. Like, ugh, like that sucks. Like they want you to be like, this is life. Like, they're telling you this is what life is all about. And this was what they failed to see. Like they were wallowing in their pain. They don't want you to wallow in your pain. They're like, this is what life is about, is discovering this pain. Where does it come from? Why is it there? How can I heal? How can I get better? How can I liberate myself from this? How can I find oneness with all, with the universe, with God? How can I find God? How can I truly be aligned to love, to truth? How can I feel complete and whole within myself? This is life. This is why we're here. This is the journey. This is what's fun. They want you to look forward to it. They say every single day is a gift. Every single day it should be an honor. You should be honored that you're here, that you're getting to do this. This is why we come here. This is why we come to Earth School, is to do this work. And they want you to kind of be stoked about it. They're just like, yeah, it sucks. It's a lot. But this is why we came here. This is why we're here. So let's do what we came to do. Let's free ourselves. Let's liberate ourselves. Let's heal. And this is the fun. It's the journey. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey. And it's about appreciating every moment, being present through it, and experiencing life, experiencing all of it, every aspect. And not looking at things like, I just want to get to the destination. I just want to succeed. I just want to win. I just want to be victorious. I just, want to get that trophy. I just want to make it to that finish line. They're just saying, no. Life is about being present in the here and now, enjoying every breath, savoring every breath, every step of the way, being present, enjoying it, enjoying this journey, enjoying the healing. This is the key. This is how you win. This is how you truly win. It's not about just on the outside, presenting some kind of appearance of success and I'm happy and yay. It's they want you to truly feel happy, truly from the inside out. So there are some things that you need to address here. I feel like it has to do with your home life, with your family life. Childhood issues, past life healing needs to take place here. They're telling you, be patient, you got this. They're here, they're holding your hand. They're telling you they have the healing balm. And they don't want you to make the same mistakes they did, because they feel like that's where they went wrong, is they didn't do anything to work to handle their pain, to work through their pain, to feel whole and complete within themselves. To know that they were already enough. Everything about their life maybe was about appearances. I feel like this person was very, very sweet, kind, nurturing, loving, was very there for others, for you. But it's they had a lot of pain and hurt inside, and that's what they really dwelled in. And they're like, that's my mistake. That was my bad. I didn't know to be present, to be present with my pain, to feel, to find the root of it, find the root cause of my pain, to find ways to heal, to cope, methods that were really going to liberate me so that I could shift my perspective and actually live life to the fullest, enjoy life and see life for the beautiful gift that it is. They feel like they didn't, use their time in the best way that they could have. They don't want you to do the same thing they did. They don't want you to be all about appearances. And everybody looks at you and is like, oh my God, that person's so successful. That person has it all together. Look at them. But meanwhile, you're hurting. They want you to really do the work and to find wholeness within yourself, to feel whole, complete within yourself, at one with God, with the universe, to experience the joy, the beauty, the absolute blessing that life really is when you're in that state. But it's you can't see it when you're behind all of this hurt and this pain. You have to be able to work through it, and then you kind of lift that veil and see the truth of this existence, of life. And again, patience, patience, patience. It's going to take time. Right now, they're saying just plan. Just keep planning things, okay? Start making plans and preparations for something that's a longer term journey. They don't want you to keep hurting yourself. They're you're just hurting yourself. Whatever path it is that you're on, whatever it is that you're doing, you're continuing the cycle, the pain. They're you're continuing this generational curse. And you have what it takes to break it. Get off of the loop and find more higher vibrational patterns that are divine and are full of beauty, joy, and love and truth, because you can do it. You have what it takes to get there. And again, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. This is where the magic happens. This is where the alchemy happens. where the changes really take place, truly. So they want you to just enjoy it. They're like, this is what life is about. Stay present and be true to yourself and heal. Like they're like, relieve our bloodline. You got this. You can do this. You're capable. This is beautiful. Okay, so let's see. I wanted to get like some further messages. That kind of took a while for me to read, but it's okay. I'm trying to be quicker with my readings. I know it takes me a little while sometimes to express everything. Oh, they're saying you look perfect. They think you look perfect. They're just reminding you of that. They're saying that maybe they were too kind in their life and like they were there for people all of the time and they couldn't be there for themselves, or they're saying that, that's what you're doing. Or maybe they're saying like that they held stuff in, like they were holding other people's baggage or something like that. It's like, I was too kind. I was holding on to other people's shortcomings. Like it wasn't mine to carry, but I was too kind. I held on to it. I shut my mouth. I smiled. And they don't want you to make those same mistakes. They're saying, do your best. One more from here. Oh, they're saying, you're pure, you have good intentions, they see that, you're loving, and to be confident, They want you to be confident, to stand in your king, your queen energy, to be fully in control of yourself, to defend yourself, to regard yourself as absolutely worthy. They're saying to continue doing your best. They know that your intentions are good, they're pure, you're in the right place, your heart is in the right place. And maybe this is what gets you into trouble sometimes, is like that you're pure and you have a good heart, is that you can be too kind. You can take others' shit, you know what I mean? It's like, what is it? It's like, be kind, but don't take shit. I don't know. Be good, but don't take shit. I forgot. Oh yeah, it's do no harm, but take no shit. So that's what they're saying. They're saying don't take anyone's shit. Don't carry anything that is not yours to carry. You focus on what is yours to carry, and you hand everyone back their own shit. I'm sorry, that is yours, respectfully. I have enough on my plate. You will not be making the difference anymore for these people, nor is it your responsibility. Everyone needs to carry their own stuff, work through their own stuff. Okay? And I did want to where is my deck? If I can find, here it is. I wanted to pull one more, just one more to wrap up the reading. Something they want you to take away with you, some more advice from this ancestor, from this deceased loved one. Oop. It flew over here. Beyond the threshold of fear. This is the number 25. So the number 25 could be significant, or the number 7. Okay, let's see what it says. Okay. Beyond the threshold of fear. Enter the lion's jungle. Don't think about getting hurt. Fearful thoughts are phantoms of the mind. No one is harmed in this jungle. Everything is compassion and love. It is your fear holding you back, like a bar behind the door. And that is a poem by Rumi. This is from the Rumi deck. Oh my gosh, look at this. It says, how I celebrate for you. After so long away from home, you are finally returning beyond the threshold of fear. You dispense with your doubts, hesitations, cautions, and tentativeness. There are old friends with whom you no longer have anything in common. Goodbye, old friends. I wish you well, you say, while turning your face to the burgeoning light of a new and yet ancient world. You are visiting as though for the first time, and yet somehow also remember deep in your sacred heart. Finally, we can sit together in the charming courtyard at home. We shall tell our tales of adventure and laugh, and will dance and sing. Eventually, day shall pass into night and we'll gaze beneath our feet, our mouths gaping open in awe, and minds utterly blank, rendered dumb in sweet submission to beauty as we watch the world spinning on her axis. Are you serious right now? I love this already because it's so true. That this is what it was saying. It was like, this is your story, this is your adventure, this is like your experience, and it's coming up again here. So that's like a big message from this ancestor. They're saying like you're making your story right now. Be excited. They can't wait to sit with you and talk about it. Okay. So it says, after so long, you are changing your relationship to fear. No more shall it hold you in its thrall. You are becoming able to observe it, to witness it, even to have compassion rather than resistance. Instead of unconsciously sabotaging your growth and choosing to slumber in darkness, you awaken and delight in the light and sound of your divine being. Push and pull, one step forward and a half step back. So it has been for so long, and you have endured. Yes, you are winning the race, and fear is left to fizzle out. It was always a far less beautiful firework than your passionate conviction for love anyway. Better to let that dazzling firework come to light instead. Much more satisfying. Oh, what a spiritual marathon you have been running. Now the end is in sight. You are drinking the sacred waters to replenish you from your journey. The cups are pushed into your hands by encouraging angels as you approach that blessed sash marking the finish line. Your body and soul are on this journey together, and now they are ready for victory. And yes, to rest and recover from the effort. Rest now before a new adventure begins from a completely different state of being. This oracle comes with spiritual guidance for you. You have broken through a barrier, a self-imposed barrier of fear. Whether it seemed to originate from within your consciousness or from an external set of circumstances that held you back from taking the steps you are now taking or are just about to take. These steps may feel strange, new, uncertain, and exciting. Your mind might not have received the memo that fear-based existence is no longer in operation for you. It may need a loving, tender, reassuring, and firm update that the relationship you have with fear is now rather different. You are the witness, not the victim. Your consciousness is strong enough to hold it in compassion. You don't collapse under its weight. In fact, it is becoming less and less substantial for you. When it is there, it seems less convincing than what it once appeared to be. Compelling still at times perhaps, but not anywhere near as powerful as it once was. That power has been claimed by your heart instead. So give your mind the memo. Get used to this new way and take steps. Test your legs. You'll find them powerful and ready. Get set to fly. Test your wings. Trust is one, daring is the other. You'll find them enthusiastic for flight and ready to learn to ride the currents. Purpose-built for soaring to great heights. Trust in your vision. Without the murky filter of fear, it is sharp and clear. You can see what is meant for you, what is true for you, what is beckoning you forward now. Take the running leap. There is no darkness and light for you anymore, just life, living, free and clear. I'll be running and flying beside you. We'll soar and dive and rise together. Let's play. Oh, that is so sweet. Yeah, like they're still with you every step of the way. And if you want, there's like this honoring ritual right now. You can close your eyes, place your hands at your belly, and say out loud after me. With the aid of Rumi and my ancestor who loves me without condition, and the loving grace of Mother Earth, I lay down all old fear that no longer serves my great soul purpose. I release it now with complete forgiveness, acceptance, and gratitude. Be at peace, old fear. Thank you for your teachings. Return to the Earth Mother now. I no longer bind you to me. Slowly and purposefully move your hands from your belly towards the earth as if taking the fear from your body and dropping it with reverence into the receiving earth at your feet. Repeat this movement 3 times, or for however long feels necessary. You may also like to repeat the movement with your hands, moving from your heart down towards the earth, and then from your head, sweeping gently down to the earth. When you are ready, you can say, through the grace of Rumi and my ancestor, fear is replaced with wisdom. I am gently, powerfully restored to my inherent divine radiance, ready to live my life with love, filled with trust, patience, boldness, and tender affection. And that is the end of the honoring ritual and of this message. This was absolutely beautiful. This ancestor just wants to remind you that it is an absolute gift to be here at this time, alive, to be human. It is a gift. And they just want you to take full advantage of it and to see it as an adventure, to be excited for it, to, enjoy it fully just by being present. They're saying, yes, there's pain. Yes, there's past life healing. Yes, there's all these, all this stuff, but don't look at it as oh my gosh, this is so negative. I have to get through so much, and kind of dwell on that. Because I feel like that's what they did. They just dwelled on their hurt, on their pain. That's all they could focus on. That's all that they could really be in. And so they don't want you to make the same mistake. They want you to move beyond the threshold of fear and to liberate yourself, because they know that you can. They don't want you to be a victim of your pain, of your trauma, of the things that have happened to you. They don't want you to continue to carry that, okay? Those were your messages. It was an absolute honor to be able to give you those messages. I truly hope this has served you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. If you would like to dive deeper, if you have any specific questions, if you find yourself needing any more guidance, support, anything else that I can do for you, I'm here for you. I will leave my email in the description box below so that you can inquire about a personal reading if it's something that you're feeling called to do. I would be more than happy to connect with you and to work with you. Take good care of yourself. You are so loved. You are held. You are supported. You got this. Big hugs, and until next time. Bye. Welcome to your reading if you chose group number 2 or this seashell right here, this cute little pointy one. Today we are doing a reading on messages from your deceased loved ones or from your ancestors. Let's see who comes through for you today and what messages they'd like to impart for you at this time to support you, love you, guide you on your journey, give you a little bit of advice. To start off the reading, we are going to be pulling some astrology cards as well as some oracle cards just to get some insight on this ancestor's energy, to see if maybe I can give you some clues, some hints, so that you can be able to distinguish, to identify who may be here today giving you these messages. So let's take a look. So far we have the 3rd house. I'm probably going to have to move that little shell. And the 10th house, okay. So this is Gemini energy, Capricorn energy. Let's see where we're going to put these things. We're going to move this. And I'm going to pull one more oracle card to get more energy on who this person could be, this loved one coming through for you today from the other side. Okay. Oh, we got 2 cards. So I'll take them. Okay. So far, this person could have been someone that you worked with, someone that you saw every day at school or at work, someone that you had a lot of conversation with. It could have been someone also that you kind of got into an argument with, a fight with. Maybe you guys had a fallout, but then you guys were able to make up after some time, and you guys were able to have a new beginning. It could have even been that you guys started off as enemies, but then you kind of got to know each other and became friends. Again, this could have happened in a school setting or a work setting. I feel like the conversation was just so natural with you guys. You guys were able to just talk about anything. You guys had a really fun time talking, communicating. Maybe you guys, wrote letters to each other, sent a lot of correspondence to one another. Maybe you had a lot of phone conversations. I just feel like the conversations were really light and easy and fun, and you guys probably laughed a lot, and you guys probably just found each other so like amusing and interesting. You guys could probably talk for hours. I feel like you guys probably were talking in school or at work and maybe you made like school or work funner because you guys were with each other talking, and it just kind of made it more pleasant to, you know, be somewhere that you would consider to be like not so fun or not really somewhere that you necessarily want to be at. But it's like because you had each other and, you know, each other's jokes and conversations and whatever it was that you guys were talking about, it just made it more doable, you know, like more easy, like you guys got each other through. It could be that one of you guys was like the talker, the jokester, and another one of you was the more serious one, the more grounded one, maybe like the more like shy one. Like one of you guys could have been very like outgoing and outspoken and able to kind of like float from thing to thing, place to place, whose interest got piqued over any little thing, while the other one was just more grounded, more stable, more serious, didn't really like to take risks or didn't really like to jump from thing to thing. So I think you guys balanced each other out pretty well. Like maybe this person helped you to come out of your shell, or like introduced you to some people, or would tell you to like loosen up, to lighten up, or vice versa. Maybe you did this for this person and you were more like the more youthful, playful energy, where you were just like, come on, it's okay, let's just have fun, let's try new things. I just feel like one of you was a little more chaotic than the other one. One of you could have had really short hair and the other one could have had really long hair. And yeah, I'm just seeing you guys as like two peas in a pod, like kind of really opposite from one another, but somehow you guys just really meshed really well. There was a strong friendship here. And yeah, that's what I'm getting. So hopefully that gave you a little bit of insight over who this person could be. Some hints, some clues. This person's message to you could be like to step out of hiding. It could be like, have a little bit of fun, you know, step out of hiding, get out there, put on a nice dress and get out there, speak up, speak your truth. They could want you to kind of like have a new beginning in your life and maybe not work so hard. Maybe you are someone that like you focus a lot on work and they just, their message to you is like, live a little, you know? Don't just hide yourself away at work. You have so much to offer. You're so smart. You're more than just your job, you know, or your skills. So let's see. What does this person have to say? What is their message to you? Okay. But yeah, I feel like this person wants you to have like a social life. Like maybe you're really focused on work and your public image, appearance, you know, and you like to stay really focused on what it is that you do for work and you like to stay in that role. But they're like, you know, you're human too. You're allowed to have a social life. You're allowed to like put that role down and just have fun and just talk for the fun of it like we used to do. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to put down your responsibilities and your job and your role, and you're allowed to have easy, fun-going, lighthearted conversation. You're allowed to like shoot the shit, you know, and go out for some drinks and have a social life. And maybe make a change, make a big change. Maybe start dressing a little bit more colorful. Maybe start expressing yourself more. Maybe they're telling you to like chop off your hair. It'll make you feel brand new. It'll make you feel alive if it's something that you've been considering. But yes, this person that's coming through here for you today is encouraging you to like have a new beginning, to have a new start, to get out of your shell, to just be a little bit more social and to put yourself out there and to be more expressive. I think this person just wants you to find like the spark again in your life. They want you to find that spark. They're seeing you as someone that is so responsible, so stable, someone that has really built up something that's solid in their life, you know, someone that is really set, you know, in some way or another. Like you've really worked yourself up to some kind of stability. You have a really good financial situation going, or you've really worked your way up in your career and you're really stable in that department. They see you as someone that just has a lot in the material world, someone that's very successful in the material world, someone that has cultivated a lot. Maybe, you have a family, or maybe there is like a family business or something that you're like maintaining, that you're running. They're just seeing you as someone that's materially well off, and someone that, like, in the material sense, in the material world, like you've really reached the pinnacle. You've really reached like a top spot, a top position, and you're very secure, materially speaking. Again, whether that's in your job, your role, your position, your finances, your living situation, you could have a home that's paid off, or, like you're in a really good, stable situation. And it is something that you've cultivated through, effort and dedication. It's something that you've built. So they are seeing you very valuable in that sense, like very worthy in that sense. Basically, I think this person is just saying like that you might be like a workaholic, you might just only be focused on finances, on money, on building in the material world. And if you're finding yourself kind of like in that position where you feel like you have a lot, you have so much, you are very stable, very solid. Maybe you have a really good career and you have a really good family, and you've created really strong roots, but yet and still you find yourself emotionally unfulfilled or unsatisfied, or like there's something missing, like you just can't be fully happy. This ancestor, or this departed loved one, is telling you that it's because you lack spiritual connection. Like they're saying that can only come from you, from inside. Like you've basically built your world up in a material way to the highest capacity, and now what's missing is something that comes from inside of you, something that is internal. It's now time to cultivate like a relationship to yourself, and to really be in tune with yourself, and to get to really know yourself authentically, like get to know your heart. They're saying this is what's missing, is like the depth, the connection, and being online with that. Maybe you're a person that you are really focused on, like your image and your career, your status as it pertains to, your career and your role in that. And, like your social status, like these are the things that maybe you were taught to value, or like this is how you were taught to navigate life, prioritizing those things. But it has only gotten you so far. I feel like you are very successful. You are in a really good place. It has definitely gotten you somewhere that is worth something, that is worthy, it is valuable to be in the position that you're in right now. But I feel like this person coming through wants to point out that you're feeling sad, that even though you're this successful and you have all of these great things going for you, like, you have so much great accolades and things like that prove how much of a hard worker you've been and how much you've been able to accomplish, it's like you're still not happy. The biggest blockage coming through for this person, your loved one, your ancestor that is here giving you these messages, like the biggest block for them was that they weren't truly confident in themselves. Maybe they didn't really believe in themselves. Maybe they didn't speak up a lot. Maybe they were the more shy energy that we were picking up on. And they wished that they could have, loved themselves a little more, been a little bit more confident, showed off like this fierceness that they had to them, because they're saying like, I was hot, like they're like, I was hot, like I was fierce. They're like, I was a knockout. But maybe while they were here on earth, that's not something that they really truly embodied. And that's kind of like what they're telling you, is to really embody like that fire, that passion, that charisma, that pizzazz, that spark, and to not be afraid to step into that part of yourself, to embody that part of yourself, not be afraid to take up space, to take up room, to command attention. Maybe they were afraid of being seen in a certain light, Like they were like, I didn't want to be seen as like, conceited, or like, I'm hearing the word whore, which is horrible, but like they didn't want to, I don't know, I feel like this person maybe didn't want to like step into their feminine energy, or like they were taught that stepping into their feminine energy was like something that was negative or something. Like they didn't want to be too sexy. They didn't want people to think that they were fast and easy or like a whore. So they, held themselves back in some way. But that is a regret that they have. And now they're seeing like the fault in thinking in that way. Like, they wish they could have embodied their femininity, their Venus energy more, that feminine side. They're seeing the strength in that, and that it wasn't something negative. And that's what they're pointing out here. Yeah, I feel like this person is saying like, they're encouraging you to, first of all, they're encouraging you to kind of just take a rest, to take it easy. I feel like you are a really hard worker. So the first thing they're saying is like, take a nap. They're like, it's okay to rest, to take a nap, to get your beauty rest, because maybe you are headed towards like burnout or something like that. Or maybe you don't really like take care of yourself. Maybe you're so focused like on your job, on your role, on your position, on your social status, but you don't really like take time to like pour back into yourself. And this is why you're like running on E, It's like you have to fill your own cup. You have to make sure that you're happy. Because then why are you doing it? It's like you're living your life for everyone but you. And they're saying like a big part of you feeling better is like you investing into yourself maybe. It's like loving yourself and taking care of yourself and putting some effort and energy into your appearance and into how you dress. And to dress maybe a little bit more girly, to try to tap into your Venus energy a little bit more. To distinguish yourself. I feel like they're saying like you look like everyone else. Like you just try to fit in. Like you don't want to stick out. But it's important that you find your own authenticity and that you're not afraid to just be yourself and be true to what you are and who you are. This is going to help you feel better, like emotionally. This person is telling you to connect to yourself, to get to know yourself. It's like you haven't even, carved out some time to like get to know yourself, to find your style. What's your style? What do you like? They just want you to be a little bit more true to yourself, true to your heart, and connected to your heart, and not be afraid to like embody it. And they're saying that they also were this way, because I'm seeing here that they also kind of were afraid to do this. Maybe this person, maybe you guys knew each other from like, I don't know, maybe you guys had like the same kind of religious beliefs or philosophies about life. Maybe like you went to the same church, or your families knew each other from church or something like that, because it seems like you guys may have like similar backgrounds or something. Because the main message this person wants to tell you is like they want to address your sadness and your regret and your pain and your hurt. And they're saying it's coming from you not being fully online and in touch with yourself. Like there's a part that you're like blocked off from, that you're cut off from. And I think it's like to your femininity. And even if you're not a feminine energy, if you're a man watching this and you're not, like everything I'm saying isn't like really resonating for you, it could just be like, you're blocked off from your emotional side, from the side that relates to people, from the side that can connect with people, that can empathize with people. Like maybe you're too like male dominant, where it's all about like logic and just getting results, and applying the formula because that's what works, and you're just completely taking out the connection component, like your intuition, the underlying energy that is there, that exists. Like it's not easy for you to tap into that. Like maybe it's not easy for you to like read the room and to connect with people, to truly connect with people, especially yourself, to truly connect with yourself. If you can't connect with people, then you're not connecting with yourself above all else, And this is why even though you're so successful in life, it's like you kind of don't feel happy, or you feel like there's a lack, or you feel like there's something missing, or you feel like you don't have connection. Maybe you don't have like friends or, close friends. Like maybe you don't feel like a part of the group. Maybe you always do feel like the odd one out, or I don't know, like there is some kind of like lack here, some kind of disconnect, some kind of void, something that's missing, like a coldness, You need to find the warmth, and this is the way. This is the key. I feel like you have a lot on your mind, like you're someone that does have a lot on your mind. So first of all, they're saying like calm your mind, like start finding some practices that are really going to calm your mind, like start journaling in the morning, meditating, chanting, doing things that are going to ease your mind of like constant thought, It's what they call monkey mind. When you have monkey mind, it just means that like you're always thinking. Your mind doesn't stop. It's just always going, going, going. And it isn't until you find like that stillness that you can start to like become more present in your life and really try to find that connection and really try to like find like your heart and your feelings and how you feel and, take all of your thought out of the way. I feel like you are a very cerebral person, like you are a very smart person, and maybe you do have a lot of skill, and maybe what you do for work is something that requires, you to use your brain and to use your mind and to be like very left brain dominant, But it is like shutting off another side of yourself. And I feel like this is the root of the problem of why you feel like this disconnection, this disconnect. It's because your feminine side isn't online. And this is what this loved one or this ancestor is coming through to tell you. They want you to practice being more complete, more whole. And that means embodying all aspects of yourself, not just one aspect, not just the masculine side, but you also need like that feminine side too. They want you to like learn how to pull back, learn how to get that bird's eye view, learn how to not just be so impulsive and jump on things. And, because like your masculine side wants to break things apart, it wants to understand things, but this isn't always applicable in every situation. So they want you to like pull into that observation energy, because I feel like there's a lot here for you to see, to start to discover. This is like what's going to start giving you the truth, because you have to understand that feminine energy cannot be understood with logic. It's chaos. It's a mystery. I feel like you tried to dominate your life, and you did. I see you've made great progress. You've dominated in a material way, but it's like you're not truly engaging with your process. You're not engaging with your heart. You're not connecting. You need to start like this journey for your own personal soul development. So embarking on this is really going to help you learn how to relate and how to like, be more harmonious within yourself and embody all aspects of yourself. Because there seems to be like some kind of an imbalance here where you might just be focused on like your material world. I feel like you always want to understand things, you're always trying to decipher things. You're always trying to, break things apart. But right now you're being called to relate to things, to have a relationship to things. This is how you really build happiness. This is how you really build things that are good and that are going to last a long time and that are going to be fulfilling. Because I feel like you have built something that is good and that probably has stood the test of time and probably will in the material sense, but emotionally you're not okay. And that's what they're saying. You haven't learned how to build something in a way that is harmonious and complete and whole. So they're really telling you to connect, with your own authenticity, with what makes you special, unique. And maybe it will draw attention, but also respect, and they're encouraging you to just learn how to be more confident in your own selfhood. I feel like you're hiding. I feel like you're just trying to fit in with the crowd. Like you're just trying to, like I'm seeing someone in a uniform, like someone that's just in a uniform and wants to just be in the same uniform as everyone else because they don't want to stick out. They don't want, to be like the odd one out, or they don't want to draw attention to themselves. And this is a problem. This is part of the problem. So they're saying that actually the sadness that you're experiencing, this is actually like your North Star. The sadness that you're feeling actually has a purpose, because it means that you can move on from whatever it is that is keeping you in this sadness, that is keeping you here and stuck. You know, there's an inner process that you need to connect with. And this inner process directly connects with the outer world so that a recalibration can happen. Because maybe you are in this situation where you're feeling very like left out, and you're feeling very cold, and you feel like you don't have like true love in your life. And it's probably because you have been disrespecting relational energy, you know? And it's because you're disrespecting this feminine energy. This is that feminine energy, and you're disrespecting it inside of yourself. You're disrespecting your own creative energy. You're disrespecting that feminine aspect as a whole, whether it's like you are denying it within yourself, or you're just denying that energy altogether and disrespecting it in yourself and others. This is why. It's a reflection. This aloneness that you feel, this coldness, this disconnection, it's a reflection of you, of how it is that you're approaching this energy. It's a pollution of the feminine energy. You're over applying masculine energy in areas where it may be inappropriate, in areas where you should be relating and not applying logic. You need to connect with your heart. Not everything in life is like transactional. This is a group that is having problem relating. You're having a problem with social intelligence and with connecting to your heart space and with being authentic. You're disrespecting that aspect of yourself, and therefore you disrespect it in others. And that's why you lack in this area. This is why you're emotionally unsatisfied and unfulfilled. This is what you need to like get into balance here. You're learning a very feminine lesson here. Maybe you make things that should have been relational, you make them transactional. You're looking at it as a transaction instead of as a relationship. And that's the problem. You disrespect feminine energy. Yeah, man, this ancestor or this loved one is just like calling you out right now. They're saying balance. You need to balance. You need to recalibrate. This is why you are unhappy. This is why you don't have connection. In order for you to have that in the outside, you need to first cultivate it within, embody it within, and be full and complete within. You need to align with it, you know? It's like you're trying to skip that part, like your heart energy. Okay, so let's see. Let's get some further messages from this deceased loved one, this ancestor, this soul that's on the other side, wanting to help guide you and support you at this time. Let's see what further messages they have for you. They're saying like, stop hiding your heart. It's time for a new beginning. It's time to be authentically you, to embody that. Karma. I feel like maybe you have like a history of disrespecting women or something, or like judging women, or I don't know. Yeah. They're saying this is a reality check. You need to cleanse your energy. I just saw the card, it cannot wait here. I also got I love you, plant, again with the new beginnings, this Persephone energy. And well, that was unexpected. Maybe that's how you feel like, well, that's not really what I was expecting here. And a few fell. I don't know why I kept shuffling. I already had a lot. But yeah, I also got bad decisions, words matter, Como la Flor, which is like a heartbreak song by Selena, and I've been too kind. So yeah. This person is just trying to help you, you know, like, I don't want you to think that they're like attacking you and painting you out to be the bad guy. They're just telling you what they think that you need to know so that you can find balance in your life, so that you can find connection and love and happiness, and so that this emptiness can heal. They want you to heal. They want you to be more whole, more complete, because it's going to make things better for you. The experience is going to be better. Like right now, things are unbalanced, and this is why. This is the reason why. You're disrespecting the feminine energy, whether you are a female or you're not. This is an energy that doesn't respect women, doesn't respect that feminine energy, doesn't respect that feminine aspect, doesn't respect relationships, heart energy. And if you don't respect those things, then that means like you're not connected to those things. So yeah, there's a deep imbalance here, and it's affecting your life and your ability to have true connection, because that comes from that feminine place, that feminine aspect of ourselves. We all have it, whether we're man or woman or whatever it is we identify with. We all have masculine energy and we all have feminine energies. That's just the way it is. And there's an imbalance with that here. But they're saying that you can have a new beginning, and you can nurture this side of yourself and accept this side of yourself and love this side of yourself and learn how to work with it, and accept it, embrace it, love it, integrate it, know it, learn it, integrate it. Where is my Rumi deck? Oh, here it is. Okay, so we are going to pull one more card for you. As a last piece of advice from spirits, or, from your ancestor, your loved one, a new gown, number 18. Okay, so it says, a new gown, weary and consumed by longing, I was caressed by my beloved last night. My wounded soul was set free when I tasted the sweetness of love. My spirit was lifted at once. I surrendered my life. While overflowing with joy, love said, don't feel so hopeless, my weary and gloomy one, for my generosity is beyond forgetting those devoted to me. See how boundless divine justice can be? Behold my immeasurable kindness. Love embraced my spirit, and all my doubts vanished at once. A new and glorious robe of honor was placed on my shoulders. Love offered me the power of new vision and the transforming touch of divine generosity, and placed the chalice of eternal wine in my hand. That was the poem by Rumi, because I am using a Rumi deck. It says, I have the perfect gift for you. It is a gown of new colors, of colors perfectly suited to you and no other. The colors of this gown will make your eyes sparkle and gleam, as though they were more beautiful than the most precious of gems. The colors of this new gown will make your skin seem luminous, as if lit from within. For of course it is, beautiful angel. Your complexion is radiant with the light of life. Your hair will shine with luster, and your entire being will be complemented by this gown, as it enhances your beauty in all ways. So hold on no longer to that shabby, tattered cloak so unworthy of you. Cast it off. Let me grace your shoulders now with this royal robe instead, that you may shine beautifully as befits a royal child of divine parentage. This is already resonating so hard with the message that came through. So it says, beloved, if you could only see the incredible gift, the symbolic robe being offered to you now, your fears would quake and tremble, disappearing more quickly than you could imagine. Your heart would take wings and become so light your entire being would lift clean off the ground and soar like an angel bird amongst the playground of the Divine Mother's skies. Yet, like a young one, so much younger than your years and wisdom, you may hold onto your tattered robes as though they were a security blanket, though you know it is time to let it go. You may take pause and have a moment of doubt. You may wonder if the new robes will descend swiftly enough, or that without what you have known to cling on to, you will be left stark naked, exposed and vulnerable. These thoughts are not worthy of your status. But perhaps you are yet to realize you are of the most sublime royal lineage, that you are worthy of a cloak of galaxies, a crown of stars, a body of sacred earth, and a voice of stirring music. You may be craning your neck to see who it is that you can bestow permission upon to receive a gift of such dignity, in whom is such authority vested that you may no longer be as the beggar, asking for scraps and contenting yourself with stale crumbs. You may simply decide to shed that, stand up to walk with your head held erect and with regal grace, and assume your place at the table of divine feasting. Remember that your royal birth certificate is stamped in your heart. There is no authority required, no permission to be granted. You are what you are already and always have been thus. All that is required from you is to realize it. This oracle comes to you with sacred portent. You are fast approaching a moment of a great leap, an evolutionary shift on your spiritual path. Your sense of yourself and your divine identity is about to be revealed and realized in a way more potent than ever before. This is wonderful. It is a divine happening, and you must allow it. Do not confuse humility with humiliation. Do not humble yourself excessively. You do not have to battle with false pride either. Simply honor yourself as a living being, worthy of life, worthy of this royal path of divine realization. What a gift it is to cast aside belief in inferiority or superiority, unhelpful as those notions are for you now. What a gift instead to embrace your own path, irrespective of what any other may think, whether they hold it in glory or derision. Who cares? Not you, not I. Your royal heritage has been revealed, and in seeing that divinity within yourself, you become blessed to see it in all beings returning to the realization of royalty within. Crazed searching outside of the heart will come to an end. A simple golden path will be found, as though a river of molten gold flows from your heart back into the oceanic heart of the great beloved, where united again, you finally ascend your throne and claim your divinity once and for always. This oracle comes with sacred guidance for you. You are stepping into empowerment in a new way, and it is to be honored. Do not allow yourself to be dragged into dramas or power games. You are worth so much more than that. You are tapping into your inner dignity, and others may not know how to respond. Some will respond with love and acknowledgement, and others with fear and judgment, calling you too big for your boots or high and mighty. Those are voices of fear, not truth. Be in your dignity and power and keep going. It is the divine that urges you thus, not the ego. Do not doubt the changes happening within you now. Embrace them. Wow. That was so on point with the message that we received. I feel like if you need to rewind and hear that multiple times, please do let it sink in. I feel like it's so poetically said, and it expressed in a nutshell what we picked up on here. So I hope you aren't taking offense to these messages, and that you're able to really take it in and see the truth of this, so that you can wear this new gown and so that you can step in more fully into yourself and be confident with being who you are and taking up space and not being afraid of that. I feel like you're afraid of that power, and so maybe you shut it out or you put it down, or you were taught that it's bad or something in some way, you look down on it, or it got polluted, degraded in some way. But it's time for you to change your mind on that and to see its importance and to, like it says here, to embrace it. So this is the sacred honoring ritual. It says, place your hands very lightly upon the top of your head and say out loud, I cast aside lesser crowns. Open your hands up to the heavens and say out loud, I receive the royal gown descending through grace. Slowly and gently guide your hands down from over the top of your head alongside your body, as though drawing a royal robe over your head. Allow your hands to gently touch the floor, as though the robe completely covers you. Sit comfortably and visualize or intend that the most beautiful gown of many colors surrounds you. You may or may not be aware of the colors. You may see layers of shimmering lights, stars, roses, or more. You may hear the gown singing like a choir of angels, or gurgling as though it is a fountain of liquid gold. Let it be as it is for you, as subtle or powerful as it wishes to be. Whatever happens for you is perfect. When you are ready, simply open your eyes, place your hands in prayer position, and bow your head. You have finished your sacred honoring ritual. So that's just a sacred honoring ritual that you can participate in if you would like to. Know that these messages come to you in love, with love, for the highest good of all. If you are noticing that there are changes happening for you that seems out of your control, this is because you're ready for these changes, okay? So just let yourself move with the flow, move with the energy of what's happening, lead with your heart, or allow the universe to teach you how to do that. You're learning how to do that. So go through your process and just go with whatever unfolds. It's going to be what brings you the best fortune and what's going to open you up to this divine destiny that is literally your birthright. You're just being aligned to what's the best thing for you, okay? So just know that, and I hope knowing that brings peace to your heart and allows you to move through this process with a little bit less resistance. Remember, you are so loved. These messages, again, they come to you in love. It's just to kind of like cleanse your energy, cleanse your perspective from something that is misaligned here so that you can have a new beginning. I truly hope these messages have served you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Take good care of yourselves. Big hugs. And I hope to see you around here again soon. Until next time. Bye. Oh, by the way, I offer personal readings if you would like to dive deeper into your specific situation, if you have specific questions, if you are finding that you need a little bit more, just email me and I'll be more than happy to work with you and to connect with you. Okay, take care. Bye. Welcome to your reading if you chose group number 3 or this seashell right here. We are doing a reading today on messages from your deceased loved one or messages from your ancestor. So to start off the reading, we are going to pull some oracle cards just to get an energy of the person that might be here for you, coming through from the other side, the person that wants to impart messages for you today, that wants to communicate with you. I want to see if maybe I can pull on the energy so that you can identify who this is, distinguish who this is. We have the 7th house. So let's take a look. Let's see who wants to come through here. The 10th house. I believe we got that for the second group number 2 that came out as well. I recorded that reading about 2 days ago. So that's interesting. We'll see if there are any correlations. I don't know why I kept shuffling. 2 is good enough for me. Let's move on to the next oracle deck I'm going to be using just to get a little bit more information and balance. Okay, very interesting. Okay, let me fix this up here. Little seashell, come back. Don't hide. Okay, so who could this person be? So the energy of the person that wants to come through for you today to give you messages, to love you, to guide you, to support you here and now on your journey, messages that are going to help you progress forward. This person is someone that you had a relationship with. I want to say a deep relationship with. This is someone that you could have met at work. You guys could have worked together, owned a business together, or helped each other out in your endeavors. This could have been like a romantic partner, someone that you could have married potentially, or that you did have some kind of contract with. So whether this was like a romantic relationship or a business partnership, I feel like there was a contract involved. And I'm also seeing that you guys helped each other, like where one of you was weak, the other one was strong. You guys could really balance yourselves out in that way. I feel like this was a good relationship. I feel like you guys had it all. You guys had the connection, the depth, the love, but you guys also had the passion, the heat, and you guys were really successful together. I feel like you guys made some really good decisions together that turned out to be really successful, good decisions that brought good things. I feel like this was a very balanced connection. I feel like you guys may have worked together. It's possible that you guys may have worked together and you guys had like this kind of relationship that everyone could see, that everyone knew about. But then you had a different kind of relationship behind the scenes that was kind of very private and personal. So it could even be that you guys worked together or you guys were business partners, and that's the relationship that everyone knew you to have, was like more of a work relationship. But then there was something more there. There was something deeper there, underneath it all, underneath the surface, behind closed doors. I feel like you guys were more intimate with each other. That's just a potential here, so, take it as it resonates. But it could also just mean that like your private relationship, your intimate relationship, your close relationship with one another, it was very like sacred and personal and private. Like, maybe you guys weren't really the type to show like public displays of affection. Like if it was an open thing, like that people knew that you two were together, romantically speaking. Maybe it was like you guys kept it very professional in the workspace, but you guys did have like a really deep bond, a really deep connection that only you two were in on. I feel like you guys didn't really show that part to the outside world much, or to anyone that wasn't like really close to you. So maybe people would think like, well, that's an odd pair, like that's an odd couple. I wonder if they even like kiss. I wonder if they even hug. Like, what kind of relationship do they have, Because maybe they just couldn't even imagine like, you guys being intimate or being like in that type of relationship just based off of what you showed to the world. And even if you guys didn't work together, it could just be that you both had very prominent careers and you took that serious, and that was more like what you put out, like the image that you put out into the world, and you kept your relationship with each other just very, I feel like, behind the scenes, behind closed doors, hidden almost. But I do feel that you guys had a really good connection with each other. And I feel like you guys kept each other grounded, kept each other sane. You guys were probably like each other's peace, each other's sanctuary. Like you guys really helped to strengthen the other. Like you said words of encouragement to each other, and you helped to build each other up and feel good. Like I feel like each of you did this. Like you told each other how great you were, how strong you were, how capable, you encouraged each other, supported each other. You guys were like each other's cheerleaders. And yeah, I just feel like you guys had a really, really great, beautiful relationship with one another. But I just feel like it was so sacred and personal. I feel like no one really got to see that side of your relationship with each other. But I think this person like really helped you in your career, and you could have helped this person in their career, and you guys could have made some really great progress, really great breakthroughs. You guys could have taken risks in the workspace, in the career space, and it was because you had each other, whichever way this goes, whether this person was like that for you, or you were that to this person, or you guys were just this for each other. I'm seeing like you guys were this for each other. But of course, again, take it how it resonates. But yeah, this is the energy of the person that's coming through here today. And if this was a romantic connection, a romantic relationship, I'm seeing that the intimacy was very, you guys really connected in that way deeply. There's like a deep compatibility here, just like on all levels. And I just feel like you guys encouraged each other, or this person encouraged you, or you encouraged this person to like be in your power and to share your gifts. And like that there wasn't anything you couldn't do. There wasn't anything you couldn't succeed at, that you couldn't accomplish. And I just feel like you guys encouraged each other to be strong, to always be in your power. And I don't know, I'm just seeing like a really successful relationship here, a really successful connection here that really, like, again, like built you up. I keep hearing that, like it's something that built you up. It was like a really strong, solid foundation that you had, and it influenced the actions that you took in the outer world. And you were courageous, and you always felt like you showed up in the best way that you could. And, you know, you broke the mold. You did things that were unexpected. You went your own way, and you were able to be successful. You were able to achieve great things. And whoever this energy is here that wants to come through today, I feel like they played a major role in that for you, or you did for them. Okay, that's just heavily coming through. So let's see, let's continue to pull cards. So we're going to go to the tarot now to get some further messages about what this person would like to tell you. I hope that gave you enough information to be able to distinguish this person. It seems like you would know who they are. Just someone that was like a cheerleader, a supporter, a lover. Someone that, you know, could have provided just a safe space for you. Okay. So yeah, this person, the way that they're viewing you currently is like they're still seeing that you have so much life in you, so much passion. They see you as someone that's very creative and that always has new ideas, visions, and is always willing and ready to take action on those things. They see you as someone that, you know, is an initiator, someone that starts something. So you could be a Libra, an Aries, a Capricorn, or a Cancer. And they just see you as having like really strong initiative. And, you know, they see you as being very influential. They see you as someone that springs into action when they need to. They see you as a leader and a go-getter, a self-starter, a mover, you know. You can't be still for too long because, you know, you're just so passionate and you have so much life and so much energy. And you're very ambitious and very creative. And I'm hearing that this is something that they really love about you, is your spark, is that light within that can never be turned off. However, I am seeing that they are pointing out that you are in a position right now where you have to make some kind of a decision, you have to take some kind of an action, but you're kind of stuck right now. You're not making any moves at this time because you might be afraid, or simply you don't know what action to take currently at this time. You're trying to find that clarity to know, you know, what direction to move in. But there is something here that's like sitting on your plate or that's pending in your life. There's something here that you have to do that you haven't quite found that spark, you know, that courage to take on just yet. But like I said, it's like it's an energy that's pending. It's just sitting there on the side. And I just think you're biding your time a little bit here. Again, it could just be that you are trying to clear your mind so that you can get more clarity, so that you can be more sure about what your next step is going to be in regards to this. But I am seeing that it's been a while. They're pointing out to me that it's been a long time, that you've kind of been in this state for quite a while here, just kind of like at an impasse. Like there's something you have to do, there's a decision you have to make, but you're not really moving forward just yet for whatever reason. And maybe you tell yourself that it's because, you know, you want to settle your energy and you just want things to fall where they may. And, you know, maybe you tell yourself that you still need more time, or that you're still unsure, or that you're still unclear, or that things need to become a little more clear for you to like orient yourself to move accordingly. But I feel like that's just stuff that you're telling yourself. Like this person coming through here today, they're saying this isn't true. You know, like the truth is that you're just afraid to make this change. You're afraid to make this decision. I feel like they're saying there's something that you need to let go of. There's something you need to walk away from, and you just might be afraid to do that. It's like You know you have to do it, and your bags are packed and you're right next to the door, but you just can't get yourself to open the door and to like walk out. And maybe you've been stuck like in this place for a while, for a long time. And you know, you're telling yourself it's because you don't have all of the pieces to the puzzle yet, and you're not seeing things clearly, and you know, you just need a little bit more time, and you just need a little bit more clarity to know what to do. But I feel like you know what to do. It's been a long time. It's just that you're afraid. You're afraid of what's out there, of what's on the other side of that door. You're afraid of whether or not you're going to be able to make your way through all of that overgrowth, if you're going to be able to find your way through. I think that you like for things to be very, like, you know, I mean, who doesn't? Like, usually most of us like for things to be chill and cool and good, you know, where everyone's good and everyone's comfortable and everyone's, you know, coasting. And I feel like you know that making this type of change means that things might get out of balance for a little while, or things might seem very chaotic, very hectic. And I think that's something that scares you. But I feel like the thing is that the longer you stay in this place, in this position, you're getting closer and closer to a moment like that happening that's going to be even more chaotic because of, you know, the amount of time that you took to make a move, to take some kind of an action, even when you knew what you were being drawn, like what move you were being drawn to take. It's like you didn't take it. And so too much of that, too much of like not changing when you're feeling an urge or a pull to change, it kind of can turn into a pressure cooker. You know, it's like eventually you're just going to explode, and eventually it's just like going to be forced to happen. So it's like you don't want to make the move because you want things to stay very like calm, cool, and collected and like stable. But the more that you don't make this change, like the longer it takes for you to make any moves, it's just going to blow up harder. You know what I mean? So it's like what you're trying to avoid, eventually it's going to get to the point where it's going to be unavoidable, and it's going to explode even harder because of the amount of time that you took to do anything about it. I feel like this indecision and this fear that you have over what's next, what's on the other side, it's all, you know, that's what it is. It's fear. It's like mind games. It's something that's controlling you, something that has a hold over you. And maybe you keep thinking of worst case scenarios, or you think this is a lose-lose situation, but it's just fear. It's not what's true. It's not what's real. That doesn't have to be the experience. I feel like finally when you make this decision to move, to go, to leave something behind, to walk away from something, you are actually going to feel so liberated, so light, so free. And things might, you know, be a little bit difficult at first. You know, you might rock the boat a little bit, but this ancestor, this loved one, they're trying to tell you that ultimately this is what you need to do to achieve that balance, you know, because it's like you're not making a move because you want things to stay balanced, to stay ordered, like orderly and correct and right. And they're saying that actually, in order for you to maintain that energy, this has to get done. So it's like, I don't know, I feel like you're just like self-sabotaging, and you're not taking an action that you're afraid to take because you think it's like it's going to, you know, whip things out of balance. But really, you not taking this action is what's whipping things out of balance, you know. So they're just trying to like show you the truth of your situation and what's happening. It's like whatever you think you're upholding by not walking away, by not leaving something, you're actually the one standing in the way of that very thing that you're trying to uphold, if that makes sense. It's like in order for you to uphold what you want to uphold, what it is your intention to uphold, you need to take this action. You need to make a choice. You need to make a decision. I feel like there's an elephant in the room. something that you're just not choosing to address. And it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And eventually it's just going to blow. So in fact, you not making this action or making these moves is what's keeping things out of balance. So you're not upholding whatever it is that you think you are by staying here. You're actually going against it by staying where you are and not moving. And they're just trying to like show that to you, because that might be hidden for you. I feel like they're just trying to comfort you, to tell you it's okay. You can do this, you can make this change, you can shake things up. And they're just trying to continue to be that sanctuary for you. They want you to know that they're still here. You know, you can talk to this person. I feel like this person was a great support for you, and they really helped you to like keep things balanced. And you can still communicate to this person. You can still talk to this person. You just have to have the intention. They can hear you. Souls are eternal and we are always connected. But yeah, they are encouraging you, you know, to do this, to move forward, to make the move, to make that decision, to walk away from something that, you know, isn't working. Like it's long overdue for you to walk away from. And they want to give you that peace that it's okay. It's okay for you to do this. I feel like the situation that you're in, you know, you do feel a certain type of safety being where you are. It has turned into a certain type of like comfort zone for you, but you're just being trapped like in this tiny little space. It's like the little birdie that lives in a cage, an open cage. You know, they're free to fly out of the cage, but they're afraid, you know, so they stay in the cage. I always think of this meme I saw, or is it a Rumi poem? Which is cool because I'm going to be using a Rumi deck in a bit later when we finish off the reading, but I think it's a Rumi poem. But it says something like, one of the marvels of the world is the sight of a soul sitting in prison with the key in its hand. So this is what this is. It's like you're sitting in a prison, but you have the key in your hand to get out. And so you're keeping yourself like trapped. It is like your comfort zone. Like there is some type of safety here for you, and that's why it's difficult for you to leave it. You know what to expect here, you know? And so there is a fear of the unknown. There is a fear of what could be waiting for you on the other side. But you just have to be strong enough and brave enough to make that decision to venture beyond the cage, venture beyond the prison. And I know that you don't want to go because you think you're not ready, and it is the unknown, and you don't know if you're going to be able to navigate your way through. And you keep telling yourself, one day, I'll do it, I'll be able to. But I do feel that you're ready for this transition, and you are strong. You are already strong, and you are more capable than you know. And this is what this loved one coming through here for you today wants to communicate with you. They said you've waited long enough, and you know they know that there's a lot of fear and worry and doubts and insecurities, but I do feel like you're being called to move out of this, you know. And through this process, you know, through this journey, you're going to learn everything you need to learn. You're going to grow whatever muscles you need to grow to carry yourself through, and to, you know, restore the balance, to find a new normal, something that is going to feel better and be more aligned, something that's going to be more in line with truth, and where like all parts are going to feel good, are going to be compatible, are going to work together. Because I feel like maybe right now you feel good in only a certain aspect, but not good in another. Like maybe you do have some kind of safety or security wherever it is that you are, some kind of comfort, but it's like you're unhappy or you're lacking in some other area, in some other place. And maybe you feel like, well, I just have to deal with it. You know, everything isn't always just going to be perfect. I'm not going to always have all my needs met. I just have to take what I can get and settle. And, you know, this loved one coming through here for you today is telling you, no, you don't have to settle. You don't have to neglect a certain aspect of your life, of your happiness, of your well-being for another. That's not how it works. You can be happy in all aspects. You can be in full alignment. And you taking this action that you need to take is the first step towards that. Because the thing is that if you don't take this action yourself, it's like going to be forced. It's going to be taken for you. This isn't like meant to be in your life forever. And the reason why you're feeling so uncomfortable is because it's meant to crumble. It's not meant to stand forever. So either you go willingly or it's going to crumble on its own. And it's probably going to cause even like a bigger shakeup that way. Because whatever is happening right now, it's not in alignment. It's not balanced. And so it's not on solid ground. It's going to come crumbling down sooner or later. So they're saying like, get out now, make that choice now. A change is needed. And if you get out now, I feel like maybe you'll have a little bit more time to be more prepared or organized for something that you know needs to happen or that is going to happen. So you can have things in place versus like scrambling, when something just happens forcefully and out of the blue. But yeah, like this person is coming through loud and clear that there's something here, it's not working, it's misaligned, it's unhealthy, it's toxic. That's it, like it's over, it needs to die, it needs to crumble. There needs to be a transition, there needs to be a change. Something needs to change here. This is no longer healthy. And you not making a decision about it is not keeping anything peaceful at all. You're keeping things in a state of dis-ease, like you're keeping things in a state of irritation, in a state of conflict by staying here. This person, their block when they were here on this earth was that they didn't do enough research, like they didn't do enough like gathering of information and collecting data and studying, learning things. Like I just feel like this person, they weren't looking at certain things that they needed to look at. Like that was their block. And I feel like from that, the lesson that they learned was to keep your eye on things. I feel like maybe you had this happen to you in your situation as well. Like it's like maybe you saw patterns. You saw certain things that were happening repeatedly. You were able to gather information, gather data regarding a situation, and maybe you never did anything about it, even though like there were red flags or something like that. There was like some kinds of evidence around you. So yeah, there's something coming through about that. Like they want you to take the evidence into account, to like look at the patterns, to really study something, to see like what direction it's moving in. They want you to like pick up on the signs, like just be observant, because the answers are usually kind of in plain sight if you just pay attention. I feel like you can put things together. And I feel like this person that's coming through for you here today is saying that they might have failed to do that. And so they're encouraging you to do that, or to rely on those little things that you observed. Rely on those things to inform your decisions moving forward, or to start being more observant. I feel like that's a key here. Okay, so let's see. We're going to get further messages from this person that wants to come through here for you today to give you these messages. We got cleanse your energy. I also got this one for group 2. So I don't know if this is like what this is. Maybe you were drawn to group number 2 as well. I'm not really sure how they're connected. It was its own separate message. Como la flor, that means like heartbreak. It's a heartbreak song from Selena. So maybe it's kind of like a relationship falling apart, not being the same, a relationship that has run its course that you need to cleanse yourself of. It's not personal, and more time. I'll pull one more. a lot more came out. Yeah, we got this one, which is kind of like my dark, stormy weather kind of card. You are perfect came out. Bad decisions. And one more, we got fire of my loins. Yeah, I think there's like an unhealthy attachment here. There's an unhealthy attachment that's keeping you stuck in your situation. I feel like it's something it feels safe for you, but it's unhealthy, it's toxic. It's keeping you stuck in a toxic pattern, in a toxic loop. I feel like you made a bad decision when it came to someone that you got into a relationship with. It could be a sexual relationship here, or there could be something that you guys do together. Like there's some kind of addiction here that just keeps you stuck. So whatever it is that keeps you like together with this person, or it could be just an addiction. So this addiction could be getting you into trouble, pulling toxic people in your life. You could be making bad decisions because of this addiction, this attachment. It's something. If it's not a person, but if it is a person or a place, place, or thing, it's keeping you stuck like in a toxic pattern, in a toxic loop. You have to disconnect from this so that you can cleanse your energy. And you have to know that it's not personal. You know, like don't think that you weren't enough, that you weren't good enough, that you weren't worthy, that there's something wrong with you. That's not true. They want you to know that you are perfect as you are. There's nothing you have to change about yourself. You're perfect. It's just you're attached to something that's unhealthy. And it's not something that you lack as a human, as a person, as a soul. You're not broken in any way. You're perfect. But there is something here that you need to detach from, that you need to disconnect from, that you need to cleanse away so that you can start making better decisions and, you know, have a more aligned experience. Yeah, I'm getting that this could be a relationship. And in this relationship, you guys could like do something together. You guys have like an addiction together. And I feel like in the moment, it satisfies a craving, but it's not real. It's diluted. It's corrupt. Whatever you think is satisfying you in some way, is filling some void for you in some way. It's not. It's not real. It's an illusion. And what it's really doing is draining you, and it's deteriorating you. It's toxic for you. It's not a good connection. You guys just like don't work good together. You guys are incompatible. I feel like wherever you think you guys were compatible, wherever you think that you guys could have been like good for each other, that was all an illusion. That was all fake. And you have to be able to see the truth about that. This is so interesting. Wow. And it's not personal. I feel like it's not personal to either one of you, like to whoever's involved in this. It's not personal. It's just that you two do not go well together. The energies you guys bring out of each other, they're lower vibrational. Like, you know how they say like people can bring the best out of each other? Well, I feel like you guys bring the worst out of each other. And it's not personal. It's just like that's how your energies mix. So something that may have started, you know, beautiful, you thought it was going to have so much potential, you thought it was going to be long lasting, you thought it was real and true and pure, it actually turned out to be false and the opposite. And now you have to be able to see the truth of this so that you can move away from it. And I feel like when you guys are both in a better situation, in a better position, then you can like come back together. I feel like you guys need to get clean of something. You need distance from each other, and then you can come back together, like just to have like that closure, like in a way that's loving and pure and genuine. But right now it's like neither of you are in that state. Both of you just have to move away from each other to cleanse, you know, your energies separately, and then you can have a conversation. You can come back when your mind is in a better place. And when you're seeing things more clearly, then you can come back and kind of like I don't know if you want to work on the relationship, but just leave things on good terms. Because I really don't think it's personal. There's like an addiction or something here that's in the way of being able to handle this like with grace at the moment. So there is something you need to walk away from and handle before you can come back together and like have that heartfelt conversation. You know what I mean? Like a heartfelt exchange, something that's reciprocal. Yeah. If this is a relationship, I feel like there's potential for it to work, but there's something that's right now diluting the connection that needs to be addressed. And if it can't work, like if you guys just figure out that you're not the best for each other, I feel like it can have like a good ending. Maybe not right this second, but eventually, when you're clean of this, you can come back and like, again, have, you know what I mean? Like be in good standing with each other, like get to a place where you guys are in good standing with one another. So yeah, I feel like they're just saying do this before like it gets out of hand, because the longer you wait, the more out of hand it's going to get, because what can't continue to like get built up needs to come crumbling down. And I feel like this is one of those situations where this is going to crumble no matter how you want to slice it. This is going to crumble, and it's just a matter of like when and how. But I feel like this is just going to explode. It's going to reach that breaking point where it's going to have to all come crumbling down to like reach balance, okay? So the choice is yours, I think, how you want that to go down. All right, let's get one more card from the Rumi deck as a last piece of advice that you can take away with you. We got the courage of your love, number 38. It says, love is without reason. Rationality is like a cane. Judgment needs a cane because it is blind. When love arrives, thought dies in its shadow. Love is the sunrise, while thought is only a flashing light. I do not bleat at you like a sheep, for to startle you from your slumber, I need to roar like a lion. You must awaken, my beloved. There is no time to waste, for the wolves are circling, hungry for sacred flesh. So I shall roar mightily, and although at first you recoil in fear, soon enough you will see the wolves. You become aware and grateful to have been thus awoken. Ah, yes, you remember that you have a precious human life to protect. You fear me no more. You thank me. You jump on my back as if you were a warrior astride a wild mount. You roar then, along with me, awakening the others as we cause the ground to rumble, disturbing those even in their deepest slumber. You, like me, a fierce lion, not a lamb to be led to so many slaughters, the variety of and opportunity for which is available in terrible abundance in our world. There is a Sufi story about a mother with her breast leaking milk. She loses her child, and once she finds him again, instantly lets him suckle for as long as he needs. A Sufi master nearby says to his students, "Do you think she would throw her baby into the fire?" And all of the students say, "No, of course not." And the master replies, "Allah loves his children more than she, with enough tenderness to throw them into the fire." So it is with love. At first, as a young heart, you want only comfort for your beloved. You cannot bear the thought of pain within them, even for a moment. Your own suffering is easier than bearing the suffering of your beloved. That young heart grows wise through experience. It becomes an elder, an ancient heart tempered by grace and rendered strong with compassion. This is the great heart that can hold the suffering of the world within it, and yet still finds space for peace, for sweetness, for tenderness, and for rapture. This is the heart that shines with courageous love. It is willing to feel and bear all suffering without judgment, whilst gently holding it in the truth of what that suffering really is, the drying out of the mind addicted to suffering. This drying out is necessary so that love can ignite itself and transform dead wood into living fire. The drying out is a challenging and enduring process. The path of freeing the heart from the effects of a fearful mind is an initiation into great power. So many lapses will happen before the heart grows strong enough to overpower old patterns and surrender without condition or equivocation. When it is ready to surrender in such a way, the heart is free and allowed to simply be. Even the mind then, finally freed from shackles and joyfully submitting to love, declares, let love be, and whatever way it shall be, I can bear it. I shall take refuge in it. I shall not turn away from it. I am that love. This oracle comes with particular guidance for you. You are not to give into less than what you are worth, or to the shaming stories of others of our culture that would cast your regal lion nature into the falsehood of beliefs that you have no choice or power. You are not to give into the idea that you are a victim and cannot free yourself from suffering, or that you are less than any other. These are lies. These are petty deceptions so unworthy of you. Do not believe them. Roar at them until the weak glue holding them together melts under the fire of your holy breath, and they lie dismembered and powerless at your feet. Then intend that those bits and pieces in decay are lovingly returned to the earth mother, through whom they can be used to fertilize new life. This oracle comes with another message for you. You have a challenge before you, or that you are now moving through, but you have what is necessary to succeed and overcome it. No matter how long it has endured, or how big you have built that challenge up to be in your mind, no matter how unsolvable the issue appears to be, there is and shall be a victory beyond it, and it is imminent. This oracle has come to you to let you know that you are empowered to succeed. You have what is required within to do it, and that the time for your victory is drawing near. So do not give up. Instead, do the sacred honoring ritual as needed, and when you feel so inclined, open your mouth and roar love from the very depths of your being. Create a sound of truth for yourself. In that sound, you will hear the mightiest one of all roaring along with you, saying, yes, love, I am with you. And together we claim divine victory. So we roar how we roar. Okay, so the honoring ritual. So you can repeat this out loud after me. It says, I call on Rumi, lion of love, and my own wise higher self. I now choose to assert the dignity of my soul and the power of my heart. I release all lesser bonds based in fear and deception. I no longer need to hold on to these. I am ready for truth, and with unconditional love, I am supported, protected, and guided on my path to victory, held in guardianship by the unending power of love. And if you would like to, you can get down on all fours and roar a little bit. It says do it with relish. And then you have finished your honoring ritual. So yeah, this card is definitely addressing that you have a difficulty that you have to go through, a challenge that you're being called to walk through, but you know, it's telling you that you have everything that you need. You have the support from up above, from all around you, from your heart. You're capable, you are strong enough. You can do this. If you're being asked to walk through this, it's because you can. They want you to know that you are loved, you are supported, and to have courage. And, you know, if you're wondering like, well, if you love me so much and if you support me so much, then why are you doing this to me? If you're asking those questions, you know, in the message that we just read, it said that they love you so much and that's why they're doing this to you. So instead of looking at this as like a curse, look at it as like the reason why this is coming up is because I'm loved. They're telling you something that you need to know to grow and evolve and become even better and stronger on your journey and more aware. So if you can kind of look at it from that light, maybe it'll be a little bit easier for you to move through this, even though I see that this is not an easy thing to move through, but you can do it. You have what it takes. And you are being called to move through this to achieve some kind of balance and to get yourself into a better situation that is more high vibrational, and it's going to be more pleasant to experience because it's going to be more aligned with truth and with natural divine law and order. Okay, so that was your message. I truly hope this serves you today. If you need any more guidance, if you have specific questions or just would like a reading that's tailored specifically for you, I do offer personal readings. I will leave my email in the description box below. If you would like to email me, I can give you more information about that. I would love to work with you. I would love to connect with you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I truly hope that you got what you needed out of this. Take good care of yourselves. And until next time, bye.